So I am going to take you through the Champions School of Real Estate process and our participation in the school and how what the process looks like for when an agent decides to go to Champions or is booked for Champions. So first, the agents have to get on the schedule. They need to contact me for available dates for them to speak at Champions. At the Highway 6 location, I get every 6 months, I get several, maybe 10 dates or more that our agents can go speak at Champions. And at the Galleria, you have to call for an individual agent. Agents will usually call. There's several agents that just go ahead and call for themselves, and they make the arrangements, and they just let me know. But it is a little bit more difficult at the Galleria to get more dates at one time because the agents need to have taken a class with them in the past 12 months, if that makes any sense. So if they haven't taken a class with Champions, like a continued education class or something like that, they cannot go to Champions to sponsor since they have such high demand. That's their requirements. So they have to find out from me what dates are available for them to speak at Champions. And on my desktop, I do have a spreadsheet titled Champion Schedule, and I already have it open, and that's what it looks like. This is for the West Campus, and I have the agents that replied and that signed up to go to Champions. The next one up is Betty Bessemer, May 11th. And over here, I have the agents that do qualify and that have shown interest in going, but maybe didn't sign up, like Kate or Miriam or Melanie. But that way I have a list here and I don't miss out. When I get new dates, that's who I send it to. So how do we prepare the executive assistant for Champions? So basically these are just the requirements for the agent. This is a prezi that I send to the agents when they're interested in speaking at Champions. So it basically says, these are the hot buttons that Michael would like for you to discuss, and names a few. And then this is for us, lunch and materials. So I will call Champions the day before for an accurate head count, and make sure you call the right location. And that way we can order lunch accordingly, and also the class materials. You have enough copies for them. So I will provide the following for them. I will do a monthly training calendar, a sponsor evaluation form, which shows, which basically evaluates the speaker, and then it has at the bottom, if you can, if you would like for me to send you more info about our presentation, please write down your name and number. And so the agents get to keep these forms. None of this gets sent back to you. And then a flyer which shows all of our deliverables, and an MREA book for a giveaway. Okay, and then this is irrelevant. And so I'll take you through what that looks like. So for the materials, we're going to go to the staff drive. For the training calendar, we're going to go to operations, training calendar, training calendars, 2016. And we have it to be in May, so I will go ahead and click that. And I will print out as many copies as I need. So since I called the day before, or for an even more accurate head count, call the morning of. They open up at 7:30. All Champions, so you can call from 7:30 to the latest you want to call is probably 9:30. So make sure you have that head count before. To print out the calendars, you have to print it in a special way. So you have to go to printer. You have to select Town Square. Properties. Make sure you select paper 11 by 17. Make sure it's landscape. It's two-sided. Click OK. Make sure it says actual size, because if you have fit, it'll have an extra border. That's just me. I don't like to have a super thick border, and I'll just choose actual size. Then I will select the copies according to the number of students in the classroom for that day. and I will hit print. Now the next one was a flyer. So again, I'm going to go to the staff drive. I am going to go to operations, recruiting materials, Champion School of Real Estate Materials, and I am going to click on KW Recruiting Brochure 12 September 15. This one I am going to print as many as I need as well, and it's just like the calendar, the same printer settings. So I want to make sure that I select View Times Square Color, Properties, Landscape, Paper size 11 by 17, two-sided, okay, and actual size as well. And I'll go ahead and print as many as I need for the students. Next, you want to choose from this same Champion School of Real Estate Materials folder. You want to go ahead and choose a broker sponsor evaluation. And this, like I said, it's a level of professionalism, and then the students can rate the agent that gave the presentation, its feedback basically. And then of course at the bottom they can write their name, address, phone number, and email address. And this is for the agent to keep so that they can follow up with their recruits that they meet at Champions. Another thing that they may ask you for is a sign-up sheet. And this is really easy. You just go ahead and print as many. But if it's like 12 students, you just need one. But if it's like 50, maybe print like 3 or 4. So that the agent, they may or may not ask for this, but it is there if they need it. And then of course, all you need now is a book, and the MREA book, you can find it in my cabinet at the top right. So now we're going to go into how to order food for Champions. I usually order from Jason's Deli. So I'll go ahead and go to Jason's Deli. I'll hit online ordering, and I'll want to log in because we have an account. You can find the password in my manual. And you want to start a delivery order. Now, you have several addresses to choose from. You have this one, which is the one from Champions in the Galleria, and then several others. This one is the West Campus, the 738 Texas 6, Suite 150. So you want to go ahead and select that. Say use delivery. So now you see right there, it tells you which which store you want to order it from. I always just choose Mason because they do a very good job. Alright, now what I usually order is pasta, and I'll go ahead and order half of the meatballs, and I will always choose the lighter portion. So let's say there's 53 students. I will choose maybe 20 of the meatball because people don't tend to like meatball as much as Alfredo, and I'll do 30 Alfredo pastas. And then I'll do like a more light, airy pasta, so I'll do this one, zucchini garden pasta. And since I said it was 53, I will do 3 of those. So that kind of ratio seems to work very well. Next, I want to go ahead and order drinks. So I will do lemonade. There's 53 students, so if it serves 8 to 10, I usually do 2 lemonade if it's 50. And then I would do iced tea, 3. There you go, and now you go ahead and check out. Make sure you deliver. Make sure you give enough time when you call for the head count. Make sure that you ask what time they break for lunch, so that way you have a more accurate timeline of when you should order lunch and when it should be delivered there. So go ahead and place 11:30 to noon. I'll do checkout. Make sure the date is correct on it as well. If you're ordering this ahead of time or for the next day, make sure that you change that. You can add a tip. I usually leave the agents to do the tip, only because if they do a very bad job at, at arranging stuff or making, or they miss cups or ice or whatever it is, and I leave a really good tip, it's kind of, I don't know, but it's up to you. You can add a tip there. Select payment time, make sure you select the right credit card and all that stuff, and then you would do place order. And that is all you need for Champions. Just make sure that the agent comes by to pick it up the day before, the morning of, and you have everything ready by 11. Agents sometimes usually want to pick it up a little bit earlier or maybe the night before. So just go ahead and adjust to their schedule. But that is how you order, and that's how you make everything ready for Champions.